Without doubt. It's interesting, isn't it, how quickly you can regenerate a club, isn't it? Kind of reboot it. And, Old Trafford, the feeling of that aura is returning. The belief, the confidence in the team is there for all to see. Jim, I think Manchester United's next one is Liverpool. And, you saw Liverpool, taking a real beating in midweek, and you just see the contrast at the moment. The 2-1 now is looking like they're going to slip down. And for many years, it's been about those two clubs, isn't it? In terms of, City now have come in and really dominated. But Liverpool have been brilliant for a number of years, and it's sort of escaping them at the moment. So United could just come in and take over, couldn't they, in that slot? But Arsenal responded brilliantly last week, Jim, to come back against Aston Villa. And they seem fragile, Man City, at the moment. They don't seem to be able to, get the results they need. Certainly away from home, it's not been a good look for them. Although, having said that, they're again going strong, aren't they, in the Champions League, in the FA Cup. One assumes if they get it right, City, they'll put a run together and win the Premier League.
You would think so. But Martin, I think it's on for United. Should they manage to keep this going? If they keep it going, they won't be far off it. Well, they could win all four.
Yeah, but Jim, there's a long, long way to go. It's interesting how the media now is prepared to say that United can win it as soon as they put together a few runs, when Arsenal was sat at the top of the table for a long, long time and no one was really saying it. Maybe it's just this sort of feeling that it's United, and we've had it for generations where they were just so dominant.
Yeah, but you've been telling me that don't look at Arsenal as being favourites to win the Premier League.
Because I prefer that role. I prefer to be the team that sits on the shoulder.
Well, that's why the media haven't been. People like you say, we're not going to big up Arsenal. Well, no, you deliberately don't.
I don't think you find that. I think the Man United former players have been full out saying, we've heard Gary Neville say they can come above, they can finish above Arsenal. Now, it'd be interesting to hear what these people are saying now.
Do you think they will?
No, I don't actually. No.
Do you think Arsenal will win the Premier League, Martin?
No, I'm not prepared. I think they're definitely in the running for it, Jim.
Well, we know they're in the running for it. Do you think they'll win it?
They're capable of winning it. And they showed me last weekend to be twice behind against Aston Villa. Just moments into the game, you go behind after a really tricky week for them. To bounce back in the manner that they did, to score the goals they did, to see Jorginho, Zinchenko, the real winners in the team, dragging the team over that winning line, Jim. There's a sweetness about that victory for Arsenal. And I think that would have been a wonderful journey back home from Villa Park last weekend, particularly when they see Nottingham Forest score in the 85th minute. So lots of swings and turns in this season. But people want to jump up and say it's going to be Manchester United. Let them do that, but let Arsenal do their talking on the pitch. But what we have got now are really, all credit to Manchester United and Ten Hag, how he's turned that around. It's been remarkable.
For sure. In terms of momentum, though, Martin, going into this final on Sunday, the Carabao Cup final, Manchester United, Newcastle United. Manchester United have got momentum, haven't they? At just the right time.
They have, but let's not underestimate Newcastle. And, going down to, they're still creating chances with 10 men last weekend against Liverpool. And we saw the way that Liverpool got battered by Real Madrid. Who's to know that if they didn't keep everybody on the pitch, could they have got a result there?
You find it hard to talk about Manchester United and winning trophies in the same sentence, don't you?
Probably. They were obviously the team, weren't they? The nemesis. They were our main competitors, and all respect to them. But Jim, it's a different era now.
Yes, yeah.
And it's about, there's a real opportunity, I think, for someone to take a hold. While City,
sure,
they're not quite the team they were.
Yeah,
he keeps telling us, Pep, we've got to keep the ball because we can't run with the energy of all these other teams. Well, he's given us a clue that maybe they haven't quite got it to win it this year.
Martin, a lot of people getting in touch. They loved, as I did, I was watching you jumping about that studio at Aston Villa last weekend.
Well, I want to apologise to the Villa faithful for that, because on this particular day I wanted the Arsenal boys to win that little bit more because of what it means and represents. The Villa can...
Do you need to apologise for it?
Well, of course, I played 135 games for Villa, so people might, wonder what was going on. But my allegiance is for Arsenal right now.
Of course. Well, there's one of many messages. Big shout out to Martin Keown. Love listening to him with you. But great stories. He speaks with real passion. Loved it last week in the studios of BT Sport when he was jumping about. I really enjoyed it. He's a great guy. He's a club legend. And we are all enjoying what Arsenal are doing, says that one. Take care, Martin Keown. So that's a nice message for you, mate. One of many coming in this morning.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.